Good morning. It's just trying to snow at the moment. Going to go and feed the sheep in a minute, and I want to have a look at the water bowser, see if I can make that a little bit more automated. I've got an idea or two. It's cold today. It really is cold. I don't know what it is. It's only about 3 degrees or something. But let's go in here in this shed. Just turn the light on. As you can see, I've had a bit of a tidy up, so we'll just get some sheep food. Come through here. You haven't met these guys yet either, I don't think. These are Claire's pygmy goats. They were a surprise 40th birthday present for her. I went over somewhere near Dundee. I snuck off in the middle of the night, well, first thing in the morning, and went and got them for her, brought them back. She didn't even know I'd left the island, to be fair. So anyway, let's climb over the hurdle. Ooh. There you go. It's heather and juniper. So, is that nice? Hey, is that nice? How do you feel about being on camera? You can say hello. Stranger danger. You're not too sure about that, are you? Hey? Well, we'll let you get on with your breakfast. All right. Let's get the sheep food. I've got a bucket here. So I've got some scales here to weigh it out. But I know it's 4 1/4 scoops roughly. I started them off a couple of weeks ago on just under 1/4 kilo per ewe, about 225 grams. We're up a little bit more just now. The idea is by the time we get to lambing, which I think is going to be about 23rd of March, I think. Anyway, 2 weeks before that, so we're sort of looking the first week of March. They want to be on about 3/4 kilo per ewe, but split over. So at the moment I'm just feeding them once a day. By the time I get to that point, they want to be fed twice a day, because that much in one go is just too much. And with little lambs, new life growing inside them, there's not enough room for the lambs and the food and everything else, and something's got to give. And what normally gives is their insides, and that's what causes them to prolapse. So this is what I've been led to believe anyway. I'm sure if I've got this information wrong, someone will tell me in the comments. But yeah, so that's what we're doing just now. So these are my sheep. They are white-faced woodlands, rare breed. And those ones over there, those are MJs, ewe lambs. Just kept them over winter. And the idea is I need to feed mine and not his. So that's what that's for. Let's see how we get on. So yeah, these are my white-faced woodlands. Had them, they went to the tup October, I think it was, might have been November. Had them scanned beginning of January, 150 cent. I've got one barren, which I think is that one there. Yeah, so I've got 7 with twins, 4 with singles. So it's not bad. First time to the tup. So yeah, just got to keep feeding them up. They're not just looking after themselves now, I've got to look after the other ones. I've got the water bowser up there, it's almost empty. I'm going to fill the trough up in a minute. Although I will take that trough away, I'm going to take the bowser away. I've got another trough at home, so I'll use that one to get everything set up. And see if we can set up so that it self-feeds. A little bit of ice on there. It's not very thick, but I'll just get this pipe, stick that on there, and turn the tap on. There's not a lot of water left in there, but let's just get rid of that bucket a minute. Right, let's turn around. I'll probably do about there. First thing to do is set the fill the bowser up, because that takes quite a long time, and then we'll go from there. Right, let's leave that to fill. Let's get a trough. I've got a couple more troughs which I bought a couple of months ago. I'm waiting to install them in some of the paddocks, so we can use one of those. I'll probably end up taking this one up the field and bring the other one back down if all the fittings are on this one. Satisfying. So somewhere, there we go, that's what we want. So, let's have that bit of pipe. Just move that out of the way. And then, in this is my plumbing box. There we go. That's what we need. That, and that. And I'm hoping that is all we need. We might need that one as well. Is that gonna? No. Wrong size. So, have we got what I need is a piece to screw onto there. That works, but that's not quite the plan I had. What about that one? Yeah, that works. So, my plan, one of these on each end of the pipe. So I could put that on there, which in turn will go on there. Then on the other end, put another one. That would go in there, but I'm going to cut that off, drill a hole, so that goes on there, and then we put that cap on from the inside. Hopefully, that's the plan. So, let's see what we can do. Safety glasses, not safety squint. So, got a few options. Got these which I quite like. That is very close, but I don't know if it's close enough. Put that on there. Like that, draw a line, turn it a bit, draw another one, and each time that should be the centre. So you can see I've got a star on there now, and that is the centre, ever so slightly off, but it's good enough. In an ideal world, once I drill this hole, that pipe fitting would just fit on there, screw in, and I could just put some PTFE tape on it. Because once I've drilled this hole, I can't go back to the bigger drip bit. Look at that. One thing I just want to do before it gets too full of water is just check the tyre pressures. So we'll just do that. Hopefully it can reach. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. They're not designed to have a lot of air in them. Right. So that's tightened. I've done the air pressure and the I'm just going to put some PTFE on here. That should do it. That's what I use. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Much better than PTFE tape. It's good enough for gas, so it should stop water quite easily. Right, see if we can wind this on. Nice and tight. There we go. So that's through there now. Now, what do we do with our little washer? There it is. So now, got to get that in and on there. So I think I'm going to see if I can find a socket. Right, so that's all done. Should we test it? Of course we will. Pull a bit. Right, go on there. Bit trough. Let it blow. I've just been into the house and made myself a coffee because it really is quite cold out here, especially when you're dealing with water. It gets very cold on the hands. So thought I'd make myself a coffee whilst I'm waiting for the bowser to fill up. We're not far off now. It was on 900 litres. We're on 1,000 litres now, but water pressure here isn't great. So I just went and took the shuttering off the concrete step that I put in the other day. So quite pleased with that. As I said, this is almost ready to go. Take this up the road. And yeah, I just thought I'd tell you, I bought myself a little wireless mic. This one is the DJI Mini. I just got one mic, but I've got a receiver with it as well, which is on top of the camera. It has the ability to have two mics installed, so maybe I'll get a second one at a later date. But I got this one second hand on eBay, £35 I think it was, so it's pretty cheap. And it looks brand new, so quite happy with that. So it's quite a bit of wind today. I think more wind than last time I did a video, and you couldn't even hear me. So one day I will get a new starter motor. And when I do, obviously I'll take you guys along for the ride.
They have long ones and you have rings, didn't you? They have long ones on ceremonial occasions, but when they're in court, they.
Oh, do they not wear it? Do they?
They wear it, but it's a much shorter one.
Well, that's the trough plumbed in. I forgot to take the microphone with me, so I couldn't really talk up there because it was quite windy. I did talk. I don't know, it might not have worked. If it did work, you won't be watching this. But if it didn't work, you will be watching this. So yeah, the only thing I forgot to pick up the other trough. But that's, it's full of water, so I'll let them drink it, and then when I go back next week, I'll pick it up. But that's fine. So anyway, that's it for today. If you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out a great deal. Until next time, bye.